Hey, this is Tim, Pickup Truck Plus SUV Talk. This is your first time on the channel, welcome. On this channel you find truck news and SUV reviews and stories and many mile truck stories I do. So if that's what you're interested in some no-nonsense, practical car shopping advice and cool stories, hit subscribe, click the bell, and smash the like button and stick around. It's a good time, trust me. Today I'm in a 2020 Hyundai Palisade, and I'm going to go through the top 5 reasons I think auto journalists are over the moon on this vehicle. I'm going to cut through kind of the bowl of a standard review and just tell you those top 5 reasons. So I'm going to go ahead and put it in gear, go for a drive, and let's talk about this 2020 Hyundai Palisade. Okay, here we are on the road with the 2020 Hyundai Palisade. I gotta say, like, one of the first reasons I'm gonna tell you why journalists love this so much is just the driving experience. You know, we drive a lot of vehicles throughout the year, and a lot of them turn out to be, well, mostly bland. I mean, they just kind of blend together. This is just a fun driving experience with the 3-row. It's not very, what we call numb. I still feel like I'm connected to the road. I feel like it's got plenty of power, even in the base mode. I mean, I'm just going. It's crazy how much power this vehicle has and how well it's set up. So this is let me get the exact specs. It is a 3.8 liter direct injected V6 engine. You're going to have 291 horsepower and 262 foot-pounds of torque. It's got an 8-speed transmission. And basically all that means is that it's got the gearing set just right so that way you're not feel like you're hunting for gears, and it's got plenty of horsepower and torque so that you get off the line and you feel like you're fast, or you can dial it back a notch and go to eco mode and just kind of go smooth. You don't have to use that power, but if you get a situation like in the mountains when you're driving with the family, you're all loaded up, or if you're in a weird situation where you need the power like an on-ramp for a highway, it's got it where it counts, and it's a fun driving experience. And it's nimble. Like for this size vehicle, when I do, you can see me swerving a little bit, when I put a little bit of input on the steering wheel, it responds. It's not delayed. It's not anything that I'm waiting for it to come back to, let me know that we're making a left, making a right. It responds to my driving inputs, which is really important for auto journalists because, well, we're car people at the end of the day, and we want something that we enjoy to drive. And I've had a week with this vehicle, and I still enjoy driving it. It's a fun driving vehicle. Okay, number 2 has got to be the style. I mean, I'm going to show you some images on the screen I took of the exterior. This is a Sierra burgundy color, and I got to tell you what, it looks exceptional in the sun. And I'm out today, it looks like a deep purple while I'm driving around today. It's a beautiful color. I think they've done an exceptionally good job of design throughout the exterior and also the interior. This interior to me feels like a luxury SUV. When you look at the padding on the seats, we look at the overall styling, we look at the little chrome accents, it has just enough chrome to not be obnoxious but still look good. So it's a really good looking SUV. It's very comfortable to drive. I've gotten in the first row driving it. I've been in the second row, and I can get in and out of the second row no problem. Plenty of headroom, no issues there, and I can get in the third row, and my kids enjoy the third row. Plus, I can fit my golf clubs in the back. I mean, it's just a perfect size, and then you fold down those seats, and you got tons of room for luggage back there. And so, definitely style has got to be number 2. And when you look at this vehicle on the road, when you look at it at a parking lot, looking at the salesman's lot, it stands out. Now, this is also versus the Kia Telluride. You can make some differences as far as styling and pick the one you like the best. But these are why those 2 vehicles have won numerous awards. Okay, number 3, and I've kind of alluded to this, is the powertrain. It's a naturally aspirated direct injection V6, so it's simple to work on. It doesn't have all the turbocharged stuff to it, and you got plenty of horsepower and torque. And I'll show you underneath the hood and how well it's laid out and how you can access everything. And just it's a great powertrain. It really does have done a great job and setting this powertrain up for this vehicle, and I like it a lot. Okay, we have the engine bay. I have the open. It's nice. It's lightweight, and it auto retracts up and has the piston there. So no handle, no nothing. Really nice and clean. Windshield wiper fluid there, coolant there, well marked, well near the side, so you can easily reach over and get to it. No problem there at all. Dipstick is right there, and again, it's not too bad. I can get right to it, so it's not hard to get there. And adding oil there is pretty easy too. So both pretty easy, nice to get to. You can pull out and open to get the air filter there, and the battery is right there. I'd say this is, oil infuses there too. So it's really a slam dunk to get everything. It's nice and well thought out, easy to get to. Oh, And there's your radiator. You can check the overflow radiator. You can add more fluid there, but good access to that radiator cap as well. So overall, I'd give it a thumbs up. It's pretty nice and easy to get to. Okay, number 2 is features. So this is the limited trim. It's the highest trim level they offer. But I got to tell you what, I got all the features I would want in a vehicle this size. You're looking at, I got the wireless charger for the phone, I got navigation, I got heated seats, I got cooled seats, I got a heated steering wheel, a remote start, I got adaptive cruise control. I got all sorts of features inside of this. And I got plenty of room back there for the kids. Like I said, they got plenty of their own heated seats. They have their own AC vents back there, so they have plenty of options and features that are all included. They're all included in the price point. When I look at the price label, it's just, here you go. Here's all the features in this package. There's no arguing back and forth on that. It is all the features. And I even got heads-up displays telling me I'm going too slow, so let's go ahead and hit the gas. Okay, number five reason why auto journalists are going over the moon on this, or like I am, is going to be the price. So this is fully loaded, every bell and whistle, with a $1,000 destination fee and handling. It's $47,000. 47 grand. Yes, it's a lot of money, but this vehicle starts at $31,000, which is actually $3,000 less than the Toyota Highlander, which is a really good competitor to this. So you have a really good price point of this. You have a lot of warranty. This is one of the best warranties in the business. They got 10 years, 100,000 mile warranty on the powertrain. You have good quality. Kia and Hyundai has really stepped up the quality in the past several years, and they've won some awards for the quality. They've really done a good job improving that quality. This vehicle is built in Korea, so if that's a concern for you, you can also do Kia Telluride that's built in Alabama. So you have some differences there as well. But I got to tell you what, it feels like a very quality vehicle. When I open and close the doors, it shuts nicely. I can look at the body panels. Everything fits nicely. I have no concerns on the interior. Everything feels sturdy. The buttons feel really sturdy to me. It doesn't have a whole lot of electronics like some vehicles are. It's like a good mix. So it's like 50-50 digital versus 50-50 buttons. And so that's a nice mix. I really like that mix. You don't have to worry so much about things breaking in this. I think this vehicle is easily a 10-year, 200,000 mile, 300,000 mile vehicle. I don't think I have any concerns about that at all. And it's got the cool features. I'll show you here. I'm making a turn, and you can see shows me the camera in my turns, makes it a little bit easier to drive. And I said the driver assistance features are great. So, if I were to recap this again, so we do top 5. We have driving impressions. The overall driving feel is really good on this. Even those are really bad railroad tracks, and it handled it pretty well. And I feel like I have a really engaged driving experience. Number 2 is the style. Like I said, the style on this is exceptional. It just is a really good looking SUV, and I think it's something that is really going to be competitive in the marketplace. Number 3 is the powertrain, like it shows in the video. Easy, get everything, which I enjoy. Really good performance, really good off-the-line speed, plenty of horsepower and torque, and you also can tow with this as well. So a really good powertrain. Number 4 is the number of features. Like I said, this thing's fully loaded. Again, limited trim, fully loaded, but I got everything I would need. Even in the lower trims, I don't have any concerns about missing features. I have everything I could think about in this vehicle, and it's all included. I don't have to worry about packages and price point and arguing about which package goes in which one. It's here, done, limited, everything out the door. And number 5 is price. Yes, this one's more expensive at $47,000, but it starts at $31,000, so you have quite a bit of difference there for people shopping on price and what they want to buy in that range. And you have, like I said, it's more price competitive than Toyota Highlander. You have quality that's improving, which is I wouldn't say nearly a Toyota level, but it's getting there to have the same quality as other vehicles. It's a very quality built vehicle, and I just think that's why this vehicle has won tons of awards. It is a vehicle you definitely could road trip in, you have your family in, and then you're going to keep it for many years. So there you go. There's my top 5 reasons why auto journalists are over the moon on this vehicle. For more Pickup Truck Plus SUV news, find us on pickuptrucktalk.com. Those 3 words work again, Pickup Truck Talk. On Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Trust me, we're there. I've done it. As always, thanks for watching. I'll see you down the road.